What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to Painting with Pete, the half an hour sort of paint along series where I focus on one miniature or character. At least that's the aim of what I'm thinking of doing with this. As this is one character, but it's two miniatures, I'm continuing with this. This is kind of the stage I get to normally in a miniature where I think, oh, I can't be bothered, I'll pack it away and start something else. Just my nature, I guess. Well, I do that with a lot of miniatures. I do finish miniatures as well, so I will say that. But I really want to get these done. But this is a Palladin village girl, or a village girl Palladin. I'm going to start with the village girl version of her, because I need to put some wash on to this basing like texture I've put on. And so I'll do that first. So I give it a good shade. I'm going to give it some Agrax Earth shade here for this. Now, I believe we're on autofocus at the moment. I know it should be on manual focus, so my hand goes over it. Shouldn't really matter. So put this on because this takes the longest time to dry. So we'll put this on, and then I can look to highlighting it later on, can't I? See that? I got myself a cup of tea, by the way. So I'll put that out there. Hope you got a drink too. Getting yourself sorted there. This texture base, and this is like Vallejo texture paint stuff I've got here. Not paint, but texture. It really soaks up. Really soaks up paint. There. So now I'll wash that one out. Let's pop it down there a minute. This to one side. So what I don't have right now, there's always something missing, is kitchen towel. Oh, just leaning over to grab some. Now I have some, and I can wash my brush off. Excellent. Right. That's probably what I'm going to do on her today. Okay. So that part of her is done. Please focus. There we go. Yeah, so that's good. So I'm going to pop her to one side. So I'm trying to get the focus sorted again. There we go. Pop her to one side now. Along with the Agrax Earth shade. Come to this Palladin version of her. So yeah, I'm going to keep chopping and changing between the focuses. Now I do want to do the base, but I do want to do the blade as well. So I'm thinking of doing a little bit of moot green. A little bit of moot green. I've got a brand new moot green here. Which I'm going to open. I only want a little bit. I'm putting some onto a palette here. It's a wet palette. I've got a little wet palette. And it's there. Just add a little bit of water. Maybe a tad more. Okay. I've had many wet palettes over the years. This is the only one I've ever bought. I do have to say I'm not overly impressed with the sheets you get. It seeps through, as you can see. So that's underneath. This is a brand new sheet that I'm using here now. It seeps through. That's like after a day. But anyway, enough of that. So let's try. Put a bit of moot green on here. I'm just trying to put a little bit. I don't want to cover it all. It's got that other green on there now, the name of which escapes me. Not impressed with this Artist Opus brush. Doesn't hold a very great point. Okay. Get this moot green done. And then I can look at the base. Oh my god, this brush. These brushes are expensive. I expect them to be better than this. I really do. You're better for the army painter brush, I think. Okay. Enough of that one. Yeah, not impressed with that brush. It's a size 0 brush. Right, Artist Opus, supposed to be a good, like, you're talking 16, 17 quid for a brush like this. Am I, do I think it's worth the money? No, I don't. I really don't. You're better off with one of these. This is a regiment brush, but it's an army painter. And it's what I'm going to use for the base. I'm going to use some London Grey, just shaking it up a bit now. So we'll go London Grey on the base. Okay. So I'm just mixing it on the base. Okay. Army Painter Regiment brush. I used to paint my early Tyranids with these. This isn't a bad grey, I quite like this. Yeah, not bad at all. bad at all. Hot out this morning. Went out to Blackberry Camp this morning with Dylan, of course. Being the weekend, and it's still weather that's dry, we can do that. Of course, when the winter hits, we'll have to think of something else, but on dry days, Blackberry Camp, here we come. May even have to brave the odd wet day here and there, just to make sure there's no build-up of rubbish there. Okay, not bad. That's that one. Okay. I want to put some Reichland Flesh Shade on her golden parts now. I won't stick with that. Another Artist Opus brush now, 00, which I think is better than the 0, to be honest with you. Reichland Flesh Shade. Okay, let's put that moot green out the way. I'll sip of tea a minute. Just it's been a little while. I haven't had any yet. I was on the lookout for some Cadian flesh tone this morning. I went to my local game store. I bought 3 paints. I bought Doomball Brown, because I was using some the other day. Gorfall Brown, which I know I ran out of a long time ago. And some Scrag Brown, which I also think I've run out of a long time ago. So yeah. Right then. Reichland Flesh Shade. Onto the shoulder bit of arm. What she's got going on there? Yeah, that's good, that's nice. Another piece here on the back. What I'll try and do with these videos is I'll try and get each miniature finished before I move on to the next one. Hang on a minute, lid's closing down. Bit irritating. Right, try again. There we go. Yeah, lids are law unto themselves, aren't they? Oh wow, quite a bit I've put on there. Let's dry that brush off a bit. Oh, yeah. See, that's coming on a bit, soaking up some of the excess. Got a little bit of excess paint there going on. That's cool. Right, now the hilt of the sword. I think it's the hilt. Okay. That's that. Now, we are going to look for a blue shade wash for the blue parts. Now, that's going to be a little tricky, so I'll have to stick with this 00 brush, I think. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go grab me some blue Dragonhof Nightshade, perhaps. I've also got some blue ink. So I have, yeah, these two to either choose from or to use. I'm going to start with Dragonhof Nightshade for this one. Put those other greens away, by the way. Okay. Now, this is a very delicate operation here. Might have a bit more work to do on her skin as well. That'll be on both models, of course. Oh, okay. Do bear with me, that was a little bit of a concentration fest there. Right, yeah, so we went Blackberry Camp this morning. We had a great time. Dylan loved it. I mean, the smells are incredible, especially after the rain we've had. I mean, I could smell such a huge difference in it. Also, it must be overwhelming for him with his nose. His olfactory scale must have been off the chart. Yeah. Right. I think that's not bad, actually. There, what we've done there, that's not bad at all. Give it a good wash. Right, okay. Now, got to look at the model. What do I want to do with it? Do I want to draw stone slabs in between? What do I want to do? I don't really know. That is a thing. I think for her skin, I used Darko Flesh. I'm almost certain of it, but I'm not 100% sure. But I do need to let it dry. Now, do I could just do the rim of the base, make it look even better. Might do that. Yeah, I could do get some more Steel Legion drab, I know that. Putting some on my wet palette here. Tiny bit of water. Actually, I'll use that brush to paint it with. What are we at? 20 minutes. Goodness. Let's see what we've accomplished in half an hour. Not much with the other figure, I grant you. I haven't really worked out what I want to do with the skin tones yet. But we are coming on in leaps and bounds. I don't think there's any point showing you sealing them in with like matte varnish. That's really not much point of that. I just put them to one side when they're done, ready for the varnish. And then I'll put them away into hopefully properly labelled boxes, which I need to get at some point. There, so that's that done. That's not bad. What I will do, I will paint the rim of the other base, even though it's not dry and it's not finished yet, but just because I can always go over the rim again, just so that we can see that we're at the same sort of point, I guess. Some of these figures I paint, I think, oh, they'll make a great character in like a D&D campaign or whatever, and you know, I may never ever use them, but or a great NPC or something, you know. Right. Must have a look for more Steel Legion drab sometime. Okay, then. So this is where we are at with these. Yeah, so we do have a bit of drying to get through right now. Yeah. Yeah, so what I think I'll do is I will leave it here, even though we're not, we haven't really done the half an hour yet, but that's okay, that's cool. Up to half an hour. I will put some highlights, more highlights in their hair, when I work out what way I want to do it. It does need me sort of trying to work out what I want to do exactly. But they're coming on, they're not bad. I mean, to be honest, I'd happily play them like they are. They're not finished, no. No. I mean, this base for the village girl certainly could do with a little dry brushing, and the metallics on the Palladin version certainly need some highlights, and the skin on both models need some highlights. But that aside, I think these are pretty darn okay, acceptable. Yeah, so I'm going to leave this video here for now. And what I will do is, you know, I'll pick this up on the next video. I'll give it a bit of a think, see where I want to go next. Possibly the next video will be the last video of the village girl Palladin, but we'll see. Not forgetting these were started from scratch, I believe, these ones, and a lot of the other ones I want to do are halfway through, partway through, blah blah blah. So there we go. Right, so thank you for watching. Do give the video, all the usual thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, blah blah blah, and don't forget, all brushes lead to war. We'll see you on another video. Bye for now. Bye bye.